Hey everyone, welcome back to a new month of Women's Weekly. We are just starting May and we're getting into the first week of the month, and we have 3 teams going at it to see who's going to come away with a huge advantage. We have the same bounties as last month, which means that each player has to get 2 tournament wins over the course of the month to be able to redeem a $50 prize. And since we rolled over $50 from last month's remaining prize pool, 4 players are able to get this for May. So without further ado, let's get right into the bracket. All right, so taking a look at the bracket, it looks like we've got our 3 teams in here. First off, we have Sapphire on the left side going straight into the finals. And then on the other side, we have Pitch Please, Reborn, and Pulse, Glbbous, coming in to do a semifinals best of 3. So without further ado, let's get right into the games. All right, tuning in here, it looks like Pulse is taking a 2-0 lead. Nessa getting a goal right as we join, and we are going to see Pulse on one side, and then we have Pitch Please, a previous WCB roster, on the other. You know, they played for a little while. As I understand it, they broke up probably like 3-4 months ago, something like that. I think it was during Women Carball's break. But, you know, this has been a roster and a group of players that has been a part of the community for a little bit now, so, or at least as long as I know. So we're going to see how they fare up against this Pulse roster, and given that I am not very caught up on announcements, I'm going to assume this is not the official Pulse roster. I haven't seen any announcements saying so. I know they recently had one of their players drop, and I can't remember if they announced a replacement, but we are going to see Maggie, Nessa, and Glbbous on the other side, and they are a formidable roster. I want to say that. Maggie, a good high-level player herself, and then Nessa and Glbbous, of course, contributing a lot to the team as well. So Pitch Please, Reborn are really going to have to work for it to get a grip on this match, and it looks like Glbbous and Maggie were going for a freestyle coming off the backboard. Nessa, she's going to clean up the miss, and that is going to be a roller into the goal as the defense of Pitch Please just missed the read off of that corner bounce, and it went a little bit too fast for them to get a handle on, and Mia couldn't recover in time to make the save. Now, as I said in the intro, I just want to reiterate it here. We are having our bounties refreshed as this is a new month of Women's Weekly, and that means that the 3 winners that take the trophy today are going to have a huge advantage going into the rest of the month, meaning that they will be 1 win up towards that 2-win bounty to be able to get $50 for themselves for the month. And then also, and you know, I'm gonna be a little bit sneaky, a little bit cagey about this, but we have a secret bounty this month. Now, I kind of mentioned doing that at the end of the last month, and you know, it was going to be whoever could get all 4 wins for all the weeks in the month of May was going to get another $50 prize on top of whatever bounty they already acquired. Well, we've got another one. It's not the same one because, you know, trying to keep it secret this time, and it is hidden somewhere within either the Women's Weekly server, spreadsheet, Twitter account, in the YouTube description, anything like that. So, you know, if a player is smart enough to find it, or if they just happen to accidentally redeem it through regular play in the Women's Weekly, then, you know, they're going to get a nice $50 to, you know, pad their pockets. So, you know, we're going to see if anybody throughout the month can do that. And, you know, of course, I will let you guys know as we're watching if it does happen to occur. But for now, we are going to see Pitch Please getting a little bit of a smackdown. They have 2 minutes 30 left on the clock, and you know, that's certainly enough time for them to come back. And it looks like Ninji is going to make a shot at it. She gets a perfect side flick over the top of the last defender in Nessa, and that is just going to be a perfect floater into the top of the net. Good power, good placement. Usually, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I sky those. So, you know, good on Ninji to be able to get that, you know, controlled into the top of the net. Now, one thing though is if Pulse can continue their scoring spree, now there's an opportunity at the Brazil. So will we see that in this game? Will we not? We are going to see. Glbbous, she's going to keep the possession in the back corner. Ninji tries to get up early for the block, but she misses a touch, leaving Kazumi in the back corner to try to take it out. It only goes as far as Maggie as she aerials past into the middle. Nessa tried to pre-jump it, but there wasn't enough speed on that ball to make it possible. Now Mia's going to get the block on the sidewall. Glbbous tries to get a pre-flip to get that in the net, but Ninji, careful as she likes, is going to take it off the back wall. Now Maggie, stuck in the corner. She's going to try to get out, give Nessa some room to work, and that is 2 Pulse members committing on the back line, leaving Nessa to pinch it out. That's just going to be a possession for Pitch Perfect Reborn, though, as it goes across the midfield. Glbbous taking care of it. Ninji and Kazumi shoot it right back in. Now that is going to be a lob over top, and Ninji even finishing off for her second goal. She's going to be racking up the score, and that is going to mean the Brazil is no longer available. Pitch Perfect Reborn, keeping it respectable, trying to bring back this scoreline. 1 minute 18 left on the clock. Certainly doable, but it is a tough battle. So, you know, Pitch Please are going to have to score pretty frequently. That might all but shut down their chances as Glbbous gets a quick grounder past the defense. You see Mia, she went for that back corner and she turned upfield instead of turning back towards the goal. That is a common mistake among lower teams if you do not have teammates that can really confirm control off of the kickoff. It is possible that you are going to have a quick counterattack on your net right after the kickoff. So, you know, something to watch out for. Generally, the safer option is to turn right back towards goal after you grab your corner boost if you are the third on kickoff. But Nessa, she's going to take it slowly out of the corner. Ninji trying to keep pressure on her in the midfield. Mia making the challenge, and Glbbous sides across. That goes back towards the orange half. Now Mia, she's going to come in quick. There's going to get a glancing blow from the orange team, and that means it goes back out. Maggie taking it past one, gets it past the second, but only goes as far as Kazumi. There's a lot of misses in the midfield. That shot is wide from Glbbous. She's going to try to keep it in the corner, but Nessa follows up. Makes a shot high, and Maggie's going to take it slow on the left side of the field. Now she's challenged. She has to backflip out of that. Aerials up into the wall. Glbbous is going to take it off her hands, and Nessa diving in. Glbbous demoed on the back line. Now Kazumi, 50-50 out to the right side. Ninji trying to get the read on it. Glbbous comes away with a superior 50, and that's going to leave Kazumi all by herself in the back. Ninji getting a save on it last second. Mia following up all the way into the orange corner. Are we going to see one more goal in this game? Yes, we are actually. Pitch Perfect Reborn come out of the left corner, and Kazumi is going to score that one for her team. Just taking the defense by surprise, turning back in, and her teammate was there just in case she couldn't get a touch on it. But that is going to still go to Pulse Glbbous as their win, and that means that Pitch Perfect Reborn are going to have to win the next one if they want to stay in the game. All right, game number 2. We find ourselves on Manfield. Can Pitch Perfect Reborn come back in this tourney to keep their hopes alive of moving into the final? We have Sapphire waiting up in the final for the winner of this semifinals, and you know that is going to be a challenge for sure, as Sapphire have proven themselves to be a formidable team in this tourney, in this league. Now Pitch Perfect Reborn, they were actually gaining some momentum back at the end of that game. You know, they scored all 3 of their goals with only 1 from Pulse in response, but Pulse just had too much of a lead from the early game, and that meant that they came away with a win. But Pitch Perfect, they actually got, you know, a shot at taking this second game. They've just got to keep it locked down in the back line, less whiffs from the defense, and that'll surely do them some good. And right now, we're going to see the pressure going back and forth between these two teams. The contention is high. Now Nessa getting a long clear, and that is going to be a miss on the back line like we were just talking about. You know, you got to lock down those whiffs, but that was a fast lob from Nessa from the half field, and Ninji just didn't take off quite right, didn't have the momentum behind her jump, and that meant that she could not connect with the ball. 1-0 in favor of Pulse. Now we're going to see a quick kickoff chance. Look at the net. Ninji, her shot goes a little bit wide, and it was saved anyways, and now Nessa is going to take it down the other end. Now she's going to try to get a quick pass out to the middle, but she demos instead, and that's going to leave Mia with an air dribble chance on net. Maggie gets up to block it. She takes a 50-50 with Ninji. She has 0 boost, so she can't do much in terms of pressure on the net. Ninji's going to save that away after a back pass from her teammate. She's going to try to get the block on one, and Nessa bumped her out into the middle. Now Glbbous. Pass up high. Maggie fakes for her, but she is not able to get it online. Now Nessa in the corner. She fakes out one, gets past the second. She's going to try to get it. Glbbous running through the net, looking for a physical play. And Maggie from the sidewall. She tries to get the flip reset. She does. She connects with it, but Mia blocks it. And now Mia, pass two. She's going to do a quick attack down the other end, and Kazumi faked out the defender, and that goal is going to go to Mia, even though she had already perished for this. It's going to be a roller into the net. Maggie couldn't get back in time, and the score is 1-1. Very good play from all these ladies. They're keeping the game a lot closer than last time. I believe at 2:30 we were already seeing Pulse with a 4-goal lead, if not more. So Pitch Perfect Reborn are really bringing this back in, and as I say that, Maggie is going to get a pop past the last defender to make it 2-1. Kazumi just not a strong enough clear in the middle. Ninji putting it right back into the center. You never want to do that. You know, her clear was supposed to go all the way across. I knew what she was looking for, but the execution was just not there, and that is going to lead to yet another Pulse go ahead. And now another read missed in the back line. Maggie is going to take advantage of that and sink one in easily. Now, one thing I do want to point out, I feel like I never see people run this juice goal explosion anymore, but that is one of the OG ones that everybody used to run to show that, you know, they had the good inventory, they had the good black market, and you know, it's nice to see some of that stuff making a reappearance. Now, I want to know, any of you guys watching, how long have you been playing Rocket League or even following it? Maybe you didn't play it consistently for all the time that you've known about it. You know, took a year break. I know I did that. I used to be a Destiny main, so shout out to anybody who plays Destiny, but I have been following Rocket League since 2017, so, you know, about a year after its release, and you know, seeing some of the OG items and stuff making an appearance, even though, you know, the value of them has kind of gone down since there has been a store added to Rocket League. You know, if anybody didn't actually play Rocket League before they made those changes, it used to just all be crates and trading. So you know, nice to see some stuff like Juiced, Goal Explosion making a reappearance. But enough of my waxing poetic about the past and, you know, bathing in nostalgia. Let's get back to the game here as we have 1 minute 40 remaining. Pulse, pressure on the back line, and it looks like that goes high above the net. Mia does get a defensive touch out, but it's only going to go to Maggie. She's going to take it up for an air dribble, gets past one, trying to get past the second. She 50s Kazumi, and that is going to be a fourth in the back of the net. We see that beautiful goal explosion once again. Love to witness the skill that these ladies can put out, and you know, Kazumi, good on her for trying, but she just had the incorrect momentum. She was heading back towards the goal, and when you have somebody, you know, moving the same direction as you, it's hard to make a stop, let alone when they have boost behind them. So Pitch Perfect Reborn, what are they going to be able to do in the final minute as we come up to it? See if they can make a comeback like last time. Glbbous up early. She gets one touch. It's going to go as far as Mia in the back line. She takes a gentle pop out into the middle, and that is going to leave it free for Nessa to get a pass out the corner. Now Kazumi, she's going to have to extend, getting a shot all the way out to the middle, but Maggie is going to take it out of her back corner with an air dribble, pass into the middle, and even, is that going to ping in? Oh my goodness, can it stay on the goal line any longer? Glbbous, she finally finishes off the shot, and that is going to go in for her fifth. Jeez, you thought that was just going to live forever on the goal line. Ninji, unfortunately, not making the read as she dove into net, and Glbbous is able to put it in. Oh, my heart can't take that, especially, like, man, if I'm a player. Oh, we look like we have a fake kickoff, and that is going to be Ninji getting the second. Beautiful plays from the ladies. It looks like maybe we had a double fake, or was that just, yeah. I mean, you know, my connection isn't greatest, so it might have been lag on my end, but it looks like we just had the perfect 50-50, keeping it in the middle of the field, and Ninji is going to be able to put it in. Now that kickoff. Pressure instantly from Pulse onto the Pitch Perfect's end. Send. Side. I'm so good at speaking right now. You can tell. I feel like that's a classic for these, you know, tournaments. I always have to make a verbal misfire, but, you know, we are going to continue on. It looks like with 20 seconds remaining, Pulse are going to be able to take this and move on to the finals. Pitch Perfect putting up a heck of a fight near the end here. You know, it looks like they have a lot of late game heroics, and, you know, you love to see them trying to keep it close. Maybe they're going to get one more. It looks like that might be a roller into the net. And yes, we are going to see a slightly more respectable score line. Blah, 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 blah. I can't speak. I can't speak. It's just getting worse. But that is going to mean that Pulse move on to the finals. We're going to see them versing Sapphire and going to have a best of 5 to witness who comes away victorious in that. So we say goodbye to Pitch Please Reborn. Thank them for playing and move on into the next games. All right, here we are in the finals. Pulse versus Sapphire. Sapphire has been patiently waiting here for the victor of our last semifinals to see who they were going to face off for the trophy of week 1 in Women's Weekly, the first week in May. Now, the winner of this are going to have a huge advantage in terms of this month's bounties because we are running the 2 tournament win bounty again for the month of May, along with a secret bounty that is, you know, supposed to be, you know, snuff out. Wow, that doesn't sound like the right word, but anyways, it's supposed to be, you know, something that players can find if they look hard enough in any of the Women's Weekly areas. But we are going to see Glbbous putting a shot in the net, going past ashleigh and Jules on the back line, and, you know, Pulse giving themselves a good shot at the tournament win. Now, like I did say in the previous games, this is going to be a best of 5, as always we have in the finals, and that is going to mean times get a little bit teams. Wow, did I say what I thought I said? My speech is just all messed up this week. I apologize for that, but you know, the best of 5 is a lot better. I know I personally prefer it when I'm competing because it gives you a little bit more time to settle into the opposing team's play and, you know, get your feet under you to try to come back if you go down early. And wow, Pulse, Nessa, she's getting a shot right off the sidebar, but it is saved away from Sapphire. Jade, high pop out into the middle. Jules is going to try to get up, get the read. She doesn't make contact with the ball, and that's going to mean ashleigh dives in the center, who also doesn't make contact. Nessa getting a flick on net. Jade gets up early for the save, and that is going to go back into corner play. Now Jules popping out high into the middle. Jade gets a demo on the shooter, and Glbbous does not make contact in the midfield. Now it's a quick pop from ashleigh. She tries to get a pre-flip and get a following touch on that, but is going to leave Jade all alone in the offensive push. Jules collecting in the corner. She gets past one. Glbbous is going to get a save out into the middle, but it is blocked away by ashleigh. Now Jade taking high pop. It looks like she doesn't have the boost to follow this. She's just going to fake it. And that is a double demo from Glbbous on 2 of the Sapphire members. That is going to mean that the offensive pressure swings the other direction. Now Glbbous, soft pop down into the bar. ashleigh following up the touch from Jade. And that's going to be a high pop from Nessa. Going up early, trying to get the double tap read. She didn't line up correctly, so that means it goes back right into the middle. Now we have Jade. Quick pop out to the side. Too fast for ashleigh to get a follow-up on the pass. That means she's going to get a follow-up into the middle. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, gotta get back into this. My speech is just all messed up today. So sorry for that. But we're going to see, oh, Jade, her shot pinging just off the sidewall, and it goes back out into the corner. Now Jules, high pop into the middle. Glbbous takes a look at that, follows up on it, and Nessa, shot online. Jade, diving save out into the middle. Glbbous getting a pop back into her back corner. Jules is going to pop a high once again. Jade getting it back into the middle. ashleigh trying to finish it off, but it is blocked away by the orange team. Now Maggie down the side. She doesn't have any boost. That means Jade is going to take it away from her. Jules going high for the block, but Glbbous plays low. Now that leaves ashleigh alone in the back line. Jade messing up the shooter. She's even going to try to get a save out of the in and out. And she didn't need to because Nessa pushed it away for her. Now Jules, pop out to the side. It didn't have any bite on it though, as it was offline. Now Glbbous in the back line. She keeps it in the corner. Ashleigh gets it past her, tries to go for a second pass, misses her contact, and Nessa is going to keep it safe in the corner. Now she pops it back out into the middle. She's going to have to get a 50-50 on that. She demos the shooter and now is waiting down line. She passes it back into the middle to Maggie. Maggie's going to pop it high, and Ashleigh has to get up for the save. Now Nessa, high pop back into the center. Jade intercepts it and leaves a floater in the middle for Ashleigh to follow. We have a 1-goal deficit. Sapphire, if they score here, will be able to bring the game into overtime and give themselves another chance to take the win on this first match. Now it's going to be a soft pop onto the center, and it is going to go all the way out into the corner, meaning Pulse Glbbous take game number 1 in this best of 5. Game number 2, we remain on Forbidden Temple, and Pulse have taken the first lead. Now, can Sapphire fight back? They didn't have a warm-up, as Pulse did, as they took the semifinal against Pitch Perfect Reborn. But, you know, if they are any sort of decent competitive players, which I know they are, they're a very good team, they would have been keeping warm in free play. So, you know, let's see if maybe they've got their sea legs under them now and can take a win against Pulse. That was only a 1-0 scoreline, so it is literally about that's as close as you can get. You know, there is no closer match than that, and we're going to see if Sapphire can actually take the lead this time, maybe close out a win and make the series scoreline even. But so far, we are just going to see pressure, no goals as of yet. And that is going to mean Pulse have an advance on the blue end. Now Ashleigh getting the turnover. Maggie's going to ping it off the sidewall, try to get a touch, but it rolls down to Jade to take into the orange corner. Now Ashleigh diving in. Nessa contests the pass out into the middle, and Glbbous and Jules follow up. Now Jules keeping it on the sidewall. Maggie with no boost is going to ping it down the line, but Ashleigh is there to intercept it. Now pass out to the middle to Glbbous. She gets a lob and clear all the way down the pitch. Nessa with a soft pop over the middle. Now that 50-50 is going to ping out right into the center field again. Nessa up early. She tries to get a glancing blow on it, and Maggie is going to follow up, also blocked away by Jules. Now Jade. She follows it out and gets it to Jade, or Jules. And that is going to mean it pops high and center for Pulse. Maggie trying to get a soft touch on it. Ashleigh bats it away, and Nessa brings it to the side wall. Now Glbbous shot down the side, and that is actually going to go into the bottom right corner. That looks like it should have been saved away, but we had both Sapphire defenders coming off of the side wall, and that just meant they were a little bit awkward. Jade off the back wall couldn't flip down and get the save on it. I've been there before. I never get those reads, so, you know, it is not all that unreasonable that it would go in the net. Sapphire starting as they did in the last match with a 1-goal deficit, but this time, can they bring it back to even and maybe even go ahead and take the win? Maggie keeping it in the middle. Jade is going to get a soft pop out to the center, and that means it is brought to the sidewall for a follow-up. Now Jade, again, she gets a touch out, and that is actually going to bounce past the last defender. That was a tricky goal if I've ever seen one. Nessa just getting a nice bounce pot. Oh my 50, geez. Ashleigh had no chance to save that. It looks like she was going for the quick follow-up from her teammate off of that 50-50, and that just means she got called out. Well, I mean, that's a lucky goal though, so, you know, no blame to Sapphire for not reading that. All you could do is be more defensive. It's just, you know, they're going to have to see what they can bring back into this match and see if they can contest. But it looks like Pulse are being pretty commanding here. And we're going to have Jade go for the double. She does get the double, but Ashleigh hits it high. But thankfully, Jules is behind her to follow up and take the goal. Yeah, that was a ping off of the crossbar. She's got a little bit too quick to trot to make that sink into the back of the net, and that meant it went high, but no worries. Jules is there to save her teammate. Now, out to the center. Ashleigh gets a follow-up. Jules also bid on that, so she's going to have to recover, see what she can work with out of the corner. Jade waiting patiently out in front of the goal. Now it pings out to ashleigh. She gets a deflection off the sidewall. Jules is going to try to pop it. Goes for the air dribble block, but the defender gets it around her. Now Jade missing her touch off of that means that Nessa is left in the back line. Glbbous gets it for her, and that is a beautiful passing play out to Maggie. Just a 1-2 punch after Nessa backflipped to get her touch. Glbbous maybe calling her off of that, and then Maggie waiting upfield to get the redirect perfectly into the center of the net. That is a 3-1 lead in favor of Pulse. Now it looks like some of their goals have been scrappy. Some of them have, like, you know, the one that we just witnessed, have been perfectly, beautifully executed. So Pulse just bring it in all manners, both in luck and in calculation. That is going to be a double on the back line, and Maggie gets the bump on the follow-up, meaning Glbbous can put it in for a fourth. We see the aggression come out as she demos Jade, and she gets a hit on ashleigh as she was trying to return to net. It still would have been a really close shave if Maggie hadn't gotten the bump on her, but regardless, Pulse have a 3-goal lead, and Sapphire are really fighting for their lives right now. Now Maggie pinging off the back wall. She tries to get the follow-up. She uses all her boost to do so, and that leaves ashleigh to take it for a defensive air dribble off of her back line. Jade pinging it out. Ashleigh's upfield, but she doesn't get the touch. She's going to go for a backline physical play, and Jade also does not get the pass out into the middle. Maggie's taking her time, taking it out to the middle. She doesn't have any boost yet again. I feel like we always turn on to her, and she's on 0. She's already used everything, and now that it's going to be ashleigh making a shot on net. It goes off the back wall, easily saved away by Pulse to convert into a counterattack. Now Glbbous and Jules 50-50 in front of the goal. It moves all the way back down to the orange half. And Jade up early, trying to get a pass. Now all of Sapphire are upfield, and that means that there is an opening, but Pulse are not fast enough to respond, and Glbbous has to retreat down the other end. Jules is going to take possession of it. She gets a high pop off that, but Maggie was waiting on the back wall, ready for it. ashleigh doesn't get the right takeoff on her touch. She's going to try to fake a shot, and that is going to leave it out to the midfield to Jade. Now Nessa up early. She tries to get the pass out from the corner. Jules is going to calmly take it as she does into the corner. Now Glbbous pop into the middle. Her teammate wasn't ready to receive the pass, so it is just going to go to the other wall. But really, they've already sealed the game here. In the final 10 seconds, we see Sapphire are going to go down 2-0 in the series. One more win, and that is going to be Pulse securing their victory and even one more goal for the end of this second game. They're really cementing their victory here, and they just need one more to be able to get the first win in Women's Weekly for the month of May. Game number 3, we see ourselves on Utopia Coliseum, and Pulse up 2-0. Sapphire, they're really down now. They've got to make a reverse sweep if they want to take this victory. Will we see them do that, or is it going to be a Pulse sweep? And that is going to start off in the favor of Pulse. Maggie getting a nice top corner shot off of her half. Wow, she launched all the way from back near her goal line, and that is just going to be too quick. Perfect placement, I have to say, and that is a 1-0 lead for Pulse within the first 10 seconds. Now that is going to be a little bit of a heartbreaker for Sapphire. You know, any momentum that they might have been feeling, or, you know, anything like that is going to be squelched, but Jade fights back. She answers that call with a goal of her own and a pass off the back wall to herself, and that is going to go off the defender to ping into the back of the net. You know, even if the defender didn't touch that, you had to think that Jade was going to get the follow-up. So very well done from Jade's Sapphire, or Sapphire's Jade. There we go. Got the wrong order on that. And it is going to be a 1-1 scoreline. Seeing a lot of action in the first 30 seconds as ashleigh saves it out of her back line. Now Jade getting the clear across net. She's going to try to follow this up. She fakes out one defender, and that is going to ping off the crossbar. Jade up early to get the block. She manages to outplay Maggie, and she's going to bring it to the center. Now she takes a 50-50 with Glbbous, and that means that Jules is going to follow up in the center. Maggie lobbing clear out of her half, and Jade is going to be back in the defense once again. I feel like we always see Jade back here. You know, she's always by herself, always in the back line. She gets a touch off of it, and oh no, that's going down the other end. Jules, she has to quickly get back to make a save. She's gonna fake out one. Thought she was going to the corner, but she does manage to get it away for now. Ooh, that would have been just an absolutely morally defeating moment if Jade's clear out of the orange half meant that it went into their own net. But we are returning to midfield play. Ashleigh getting a pass out into the center. Maggie quick to follow up and clear it out into the blue half. Now Jules ping out into the middle. Jade turning around quickly, trying to get a touch on it. And it's free for Nessa. Glbbous going down the sidewall. She gets out of the corner. Maggie going for a physical play on the last defender, who again was Jade. We see her there all the time. And now we move into Sapphire advantage. And down below in the back, Glbbous on Jules is going to mean it is open for Maggie to easily take into the net. The other two Sapphire members were all the way upfield, just not enough time to get back, and that means that it is a secure goal for Pulse. Now hold on here, classic, turn off my connection quality indicators because I have poor internet, and we are back into the game. Pulse really making this a challenge for Sapphire. You know, when we came into this tournament and I looked at the lineups, I'm gonna be honest, I thought Sapphire had this in the bag, but it looks like they were really struggling today, just not in their typical form, and Pulse are taking advantage of it, also in a good form of their own. Now Ashleigh, she's gonna fight back, bring it to 2-all off of Jules' pass into the center. That was a perfect doink, actually. And Ashleigh just getting the bar down to throw Nessa off so she could not get the save. And Sapphire, they're in with a chance. They just gotta keep it locked down. You know, so much we see them advancing into the other half, and that means that Jade is alone in the back line, and that just, you know, it's a huge risk to leave one defender back when your other two members are out of boost and upfield. And we are going to see Pulse take advantage of that multiple times over. Now, a high pop means that the Sapphire defender misses the read on the back wall, and that is going to be an easy sink into the middle for Glbbous. Ashleigh just getting there a little bit late and couldn't get the follow-up off the back wall. Now, how are Sapphire going to respond to this 1-goal lead? They've been able to bring it back so far in this game, but based off of the previous 2 games, you know, they've got to really put something special out on the pitch here to convince me that they can come back and take this win, take the reverse sweep. It's going to be a 1 game at a time kind of deal, and so far they are giving it their best. And we see rule 1. It looks like Maggie and Jules are on the orange half, and they are broken up. So we see Maggie taken out into the middle, tries to get a follow-up touch, but she popped it a little bit far away from herself. Now return pass from what did I just witness? Oh my goodness, that was such a good passing play. Ashleigh getting out to Jade. Jade pops it softly back into the middle of Ashleigh, and Ashleigh gets the air roll shot into the top right corner. That was a good play from Sapphire. That's definitely what you want to see to bring up the morale of the team. Hopefully they can use that momentum to bring them all the way into a game victory. Now Ashleigh up early off of the kickoff. Jade is going to try to follow her into the corner, doesn't get the challenge on it, and it is going to be brought out by Glbbous. Maggie getting the physical play on Jules, another physical play, and that is going to go in the other end. Glbbous getting yet another goal in this game number 3. Maggie just clearing the way of all the Sapphire defenders, and even though that pings back into Glbbous, she was solid enough behind the ball that she was able to put it in the net anyways. Now Sapphire, after such a beautiful passing play, that would stop all my momentum. I don't know about you guys, but oh man, physical plays are so hard to deal with. So let's see how the Sapphire squad deals with it. We're gonna have a little bit of panic in the back line. Maggie has an opportunity. She flips out of the way though, so that is free for Jade to clear out into the corner. Now Jade, another touch. Nessa getting over the top of her, even past Ashleigh. Maggie, perfect drop down into the middle, and I think Ashleigh actually finished that off on the Sapphire team. We're gonna have to watch this again and see if that is indeed the case. Glbbous clearing out Jules so she couldn't get the save, and that is just unfortunate. Pulse are fighting fire with fire right now. Usually, if you have watched any of the previous Women's Weekly, you will know that Jules and Ashleigh can be very aggressive players. They have a lot of physical play to deal with, or, you know, put out on the pitch rather, and Pulse are really taking it to them in that matter, you know, saying anything you can do, I can do better. And we are going to see it working for now. Sapphire down 2 in the final minute. If they do not bring this back, it is going to be a clean sweep for Pulse as they moved through the semifinals and the finals to take the win in the first week of May. Now Maggie taking it slow out of the corner. Nessa follows up on it. Maggie thought about turning around to get the challenge, but she was just out of position enough that that wouldn't work. Now Glbbous and Nessa both in the corner. Glbbous is going to back off and let Nessa deal with it. And now we have a double commit out into the middle, but it's only Jade in the back, so there is no danger against the Pulse roster. Now Jade, quick pass down into the corner, but that is a long clear from Nessa. Goes as far as ashleigh. She doesn't get her follow-up touch, and that is going to be done for the Sapphire roster. They are taken down in the finals by Pulse with a 3-0 sweep. And Pulse Glbbous are your winners for week 1 in Women's Weekly May. All right, that is going to do it for this week. We are going to have the rest of May to deal with, so there are a lot of games and a lot of storylines ahead for you to keep tuned into. But thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the games. It was a quicker one because we had less teams, but you know, sometimes you want it to wrap up quickly and just have an easy, you know, 2 sweeps and then you're done. So congratulations to Pulse Glbbous on taking the win in the first one. Each player, Maggie, Glbbous, and Nessa, are 1 win closer to securing a $50 bounty for the month of May, of which 4 players can achieve. But that is going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Jeez. Okay. My gosh. Oh my goodness. I have got to do so much better because my casting sucks right now.